Good morning, Chris Whelan from the Center of Business Excellence, Building Better Businesses. I want to talk to you today about mindset. Actually, it's an interesting one because last week I ran a workshop, and coming out of the workshop, we were talking about resilience and how things are very uncertain at the moment. There's a lot of change. We're at the end of one year and we started the new year, 2024. A lot of change going on in the world, a lot of uncertainty globally and locally. And what really struck us in that workshop is that you can't predict the future. You can't even control it. And a lot of us want to try and predict, we want to try and control it, and you simply can't. But what we can control is our responses. Anyway, we chatted about this. And what a few people coming out of the workshop have asked me to do is to provide you with some practical things about how to build a more resilient about how to build a more resilient business. And today I want to start with mindset, because that's really the first, if you like, the building block of it. A couple of comments that I'd make as we get started. One, a negative mindset or an unresilient mindset, if you like, or unresilient mind leads to a couple of very, very bad outcomes. Firstly, fear. Right now, what is fear? I can sit here and I can tell you that fear is the false expectation appearing real. That is true. However, with the mindset of fear, it's very hard to go forward. The other point is that then leads to stagnation personally and stagnation in your business. And then almost certainly a shrinking back, because the person, mindset is sitting there and they're terrified of things, or they're paralyzed by fear. And even worse, of course, at some level, it could lead to, mental health issues. It could lead to business failure, business suffering, and then all the knock-on effects of that, and the negative effects on one's family, the negative effects on one's time, the negative effects on one's health. So when I'm talking about this, it's a real thing. It's not a made up thing. Mindset is important. It sets our path to the future. The flip side of that, of course, and the more positive side of it, is that when one has a strong mindset, when one has a strong, resilient set of goals and values and drives, you feel empowered, right? That's the reality. Your whole persona lifts, your business lifts. You're ready for change. You're able to lead, and more than that, people seek you out because they know that you're resilient. They know that they can come to you for help. So that's the sort of space that we're talking about. And it's probably a few things, but let's say 2 or 3 things that I wanted to talk to you about this morning. Firstly, what I call training in the rain, right? And I say train in the rain because I live in Wellington in New Zealand. There's a lot of rain, but training in the rain is about saying, hey, no matter what day brings, I'm going to make sure that I'm up there. I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to get out. I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to regardless of it, I'm going to train. And I have to say that's come from a colleague of mine down in Chicago. Andrew made the point ages ago. You've got to make the choice. Most people won't bother. Most people say, "Oh, it's raining. Look out the window. I'm not going to do it." All the business is going tough. That extra half an hour before I knock off tonight, I'm going to push through, make one more call. I'm going to get one more thing done. So that's the first thing of training in the rain. Give me 1 second. This, I don't know if you can see it, that's a little jar. Now, every time, this is a little hack, if you like. Every time you want to phone a client, drop a coin into it, right? It could be anything. It could be whatever works for you. But that's something that a chap in Hawaii, of all places, showed me. Every time he makes a call, he drops a coin into a jar, right? And he needs to make at least 10 of those a day to keep himself going, right? So firstly, make the point. Mindset-wise, push that extra little bit. You're not going to stop. You're going to train no matter what the weather is. The second thing is build positive habits. Now, I almost can't overstate that, and it sounds fairly obvious when I do say it out loud. Habits are needed. They're not sufficient, right? Good habits are needed, though, to move you forward, to build your resilience. They're not sufficient for mastery. And how do I define mastery? Mastery for me is the ability to execute effortlessly without conscious resource, right? The ability to execute effortlessly without use of conscious resource. That's mastery. Now, to get good habits, you need to make sure that good habits are necessary for mastery, but they're not sufficient, right? So when people talk about the 10,000 repetitions, that's what we're talking about here. Get up in the morning, get things done, build yourself into good habits. And a couple of them, because people ask for practical things, what I call IVVM. So imagine something, right? If you're looking at your business, imagine what the future might look like. Imagine what needs to happen. Then idealize it. Idealize it firstly. This is what it's going to look like. Then visualize it. So imagine exactly what it looks like. then verbalize it, write it down, get it out there, and then materialize it. So then when I say materialize it, take the actions that are required to do it. So IVVM is one habit, and I'm happy to chat through. And obviously, I'm going through this quite fast now. Happy to chat through this with you directly. Give me a call. I'll make sure that the details are in the description. Give me a call, DM me, and no matter which social thing you've seen this on, or if you're getting this via an email, just hit reply. I'm happy to walk you through this. That's the first habit. The second thing is words are massively powerful, right? So affirmations. I am. So you're talking about mindset. You're talking about resilience. Your I am statements, right? What do you believe about yourself? Every morning, get up, build these positive habits. I am successful. I am doing this. I am going to take action today. Those things reinforce in your brain what it means to move forward. Obvious one is get up, do some exercise, get out there. There's a lot of benefit to serotonin and to getting out into the sunshine. Make sure you build those positive habits in, because habits are lead indicators, right? And let me say that clearly, habits are lead indicators. Your outcomes lag your habits. Your outcomes lag your habits. Your habits lead your outcomes. So get those right. And then the third thing, right? I've spoken about training the rain. I've spoken about building positive habits to build a strong mindset, a strong, resilient mindset. The third thing is get alongside someone else. Be accountable to them, right? What does accountable mean? It means actually knowing what it is you've got to do and holding yourself accountable to them. If you're running a business, you almost certainly hold other people accountable to you. Do the same thing for yourself. Get yourself a coach, get yourself a mentor, get yourself someone in your circle that you can be accountable to. So those three things, I think, are good starts to get strong, resilient mindset. Train in the rain, build positive habits, be accountable to someone. Why am I saying all of this? Well, it leads to personal growth, it leads to business growth, it leads to empowerment, it leads to the ability to lead, and the people will seek you out, whether that's in your business, whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your social life. All of those things I think, are practical steps to building resilience. If you want to know more, happy to chat with you about it. Give me a call and let's make sure that we can help you in your business and in your life. All the very best. Have a great week. Cheers.